Tanner listens to him. Did you listen to LaGreca this week, Tanner?
I did.
I had to because I wanted to hear his rants.
Did you hear the F-bomb rant?
Oh yes.
And I am right there with him. I am 100%. And yes, I'm a Cody Rhodes fan, right? Yes, I'm an AEW fan. But after what we saw with The Rock making his debut or re-debut, right? Re-debut.
Return,
whatever. And making that comment that he wants to go to a restaurant, a local restaurant, and sit at the head of the table. I don't like this. I don't like this, guys. I really don't.
I've thought about this all week. They have to get The Rock and Roman they have to have a match now. They have to. Because for the first time, he has teased it out loud to the WWE universe. So they have to do the match. Now, I think they got one of two options. They do it at WrestleMania 40, which is even though we're bigger AEW fans than we are WWE fans, we are pro wrestling fans, and we can all agree Mania is the biggest show, biggest pro wrestling event of the year, no matter what. For diehard fans, average fans, not even pro wrestling fans, they know about WrestleMania, right? So they could do it at WrestleMania 40, and it could be one of the biggest as far as drawing attention matches in WrestleMania history. Or they could do it in Australia at Elimination Chamber, because that's also going to be in front of 70,000 people in Australia's government, or whoever put it together supposedly really wants The Rock over there.
So you bring up Australia. Australia's government came up and said, we're going to pay you guys this amount of money to have the event here. And how much do we have to pay you to have The Rock? I mean, that was brought up. That was some known public discussions. Now, for selfishness reasons, I would say, hey, let's have The Rock and Roman in Australia. Obviously, Roman goes over, and then we can have Cody and Mania. But that does not make sense for the WWE.
Business-wise,
it does not make sense.
Rock Roman at Mania. Now, I'll pitch you guys this because, we're all Cody fans. And I like The Rock, too. I mean, The Rock got me back into professional wrestling in 2011 after my 4 to 5 year hiatus. His return got me back in it. But if you do Rock Roman, it does not need the title. The title gives it away. The title gives everything in the match away. Because The Rock isn't sticking around after this. The way The Rock was blown up after Monday night, I think he has one match left in him, and that's it.
So hold on real quick. If that's not the case, so you have Roman Cody night 1, Cody takes the belt. How do you portray Roman Rock night 2? You're gonna make Roman, which Roman could go 2 nights in a row, I think. I mean, he only wrestles 5 nights a year, but
right. In that scenario, Shep, I think you have to go Rock Roman night 1, Roman Cody night 2. Because I think if Cody's gonna win the title at Mania, it's got to be night 2. That's got to be. You got to go off the air with him celebrating with the title.
So you put Roman over Rock, and then have Cody. I mean, if you're going to tell the story, and if you're going to be the best thing for Cody, not only did Cody go over Roman, Cody just went over The Rock.
Yeah.
Now on the hindsight, you're burying Seth Rollins and CM Punk.
Yes, you are, because in an ideal world before The Rock came back, I think we all talked about this. Punk, Rollins, night 1, there's your Mania. Punk gets his Mania main event, and then night 2 is Cody and Roman. Well, assuming The Rock's at 40, he's got to be in the main event. So yeah, you do bury Rollins and Punk, but assuming Punk's on a multi-year deal, he could maybe main event next year.
Well, and Punk came out and said, "Look, I don't give a shit about your story. I'm going to main event."
But the Rumble's going to tell us a lot, because I think either Cody or Punk wins it, and if one of them wins it, they're one of the main event nights. So if Punk wins it, he is one of the main events. So then But here's what you could also do. You know,
Well, no. If you win the Rumble, you get to pick your title. Doesn't say you get to be the main event.
I thought in the last few years it's also the main event, especially since they went the 2 nights.
Well, it might have been, but I don't think it's necessary. Like,
Okay.
you get to pick what title you want to go to, but it doesn't
Right.
necessarily mean it's the main event.
Okay. But here's another scenario they could go down. We already said, so okay, if Punk wins at Rumble, if they're gonna have Cody finish the story at Mania, he could still win the Elimination Chamber and get his title shot that way. But here's another thing I've been thinking about this week, especially since Friday night we saw they announced it's going to be a fatal 4-way at Rumble, right? AJ Styles, LA Knight, Roman, and Randy Orton. I don't think they do this, but they could. I don't think they do this, but they could have Roman lose the title at the Rumble, especially to somebody like Randy Orton. And then Randy and Cody could go and get each other for the title at Mania. It's not as big, but there is some personal history there. And Cody could still finish his story because it's never been stated that it has to be over Roman or even that it has to be at Mania. But I think we all three agree if Cody doesn't finish it at Mania, whenever he does finish it, say it's at SummerSlam, it's just not going to be as special.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I was listening to, so on Sundays, Busted Open has some guys that
Justin LaBar and somebody else.
Yeah. And they were talking about this today. He had the same idea you did. He said, hey, look, you got a fatal 4-way at Rumble. It's easy for Roman to lose a belt and not take the pin. And then, Cody moving that way. And I'm like, look, if you have built this Cody story, we're a 2-year story, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Roman, guys. I'm telling you, it's got to be Roman to finish off the story. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Cody fan, and I'm not saying that just because that's what he's going and said I'm finishing the story. But if you want to finish this storyline and pass the torch, it's got to be night 2, and it's got to be Roman and Cody. I'm sorry. I'm with Dave LaGreca on this one. I really am. I know Bully Ray wasn't, Tommy Dreamer wasn't, and the 2 jackalopes on to Busted Open today, they were not there as well. I'm with LaGreca. If you don't do it this way, you're basically telling your whole fan base to F off. LaGreca said about 47 F-bombs.
Mm-hmm. He was on a roll.
He was on a roll, and I appreciate that. I really do. But I'm with him. You got to figure out some way. I know we got The Rock involved. You know what? It makes the story even bigger. I get it. But it's still The Rock's going to go away. The Rock's going to go film his movies, right? No, he's going to go away. Cody's going to be here. You sign Cody to a 5-year freaking deal. Cody's going to be there every day.
They did not sign Cody to a 5-year deal.
3-year deal.
You didn't see that report?
No.
His deal comes up this year, but as of October, it was pretty much all they approached him for an extension. It was pretty much all done except dotting the I's, crossing the T's. And to everybody's knowledge, he has not done that yet. He will.
So he's doing what he did in AEW to TK.
Unless it's been signed and it just hasn't been reported. He will. He's not. I'm not even getting my hopes up that he's coming back to AEW because it's not.
No.
But
he's not coming back to. He might come back to AEW, but it's after his reign. He's going to
down
get
the road.
Yeah, it's down the road. Cody's mid-30s, right?
He's upper 30s.
But he said when AEW started, he only had about 5 years left in him that he really wanted to wrestle.
Mind.
Well, I'm sure he did, because that 5-year mark would be up this year.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got to have him night 2. We got to have him. And it's got to be against Roman. I don't care what you do with The Rock. I don't care what you do with John Cena. I don't care what you do Jey Uso. Yeet. I don't give a shit. It's got to be them 2.
Well, and you got to think that the performers know what direction they're going, because why I still have hope that he's going to finish the story at WrestleMania is because he I don't know if you guys follow them on X, but there's a really cool school club in New York called the Wrestling Club. That there's a teacher that their kids or students watch wrestling and everything. Cody bought WrestleMania tickets for every single student in that class this week.
Yeah.
And in his tweet, he said, "Come to Philadelphia, watch me finish the story." I don't think he'd be tweeting that type of stuff. It wasn't going to happen.
I like that. I think Paul even sent a thing out right before we started. He was at a live event, premium live event, right? No, I'm sorry, live event, not a premium live event. I get him,
just live event, house show.
And some guy was getting married, and he asked Cody to be his best man, and Cody's like, "Are you a felon?" He's like, "No." "Can you get married during the week?" "Yeah." "All right, I'm in." I mean, come on. You talk about what other that's John Cena like, right? Like Cena was Mr. Make-A-Wish,
right?
Which was awesome.
Still is.
But still, yeah. But I'm just saying, like Cena used to get that kind of pop, used to get that kind of overness, and now we got Cody in the company. So, listen, I can tell you this, guys, right now. If for some reason after the Sunday, I guess we will be doing a podcast during WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, maybe we might have to do that one a little earlier on Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyways, if we do it on a Monday or Saturday, or we just do it the following week, I don't know.
Or earlier in a Sunday, I don't know.
If Cody doesn't finish the story, Tanner, you can just start the podcast with an E, explicit. Here you go. Because I will go on a rant.
Even though we're primarily AEW focused podcast made by AEW fans for AEW fans, we do talk other promotions once in a while. We talk a lot of Cody Rhodes, just to let everybody know if this is the first time they've watched or listened. And we'll be talking a lot. I think we'll be following this pretty closely in WrestleMania season because this is some big stuff.